Why research is given so much of priority. So, what are all the objectives of the FDP today? Is there are four objectives I crafted. Objective one, definitely the session should give you some knowledge to enhance the writing of yours, and also we should be able to find out the publication opportunity and the skill on where to publish, what kind of publication I can make. So this session may give you some input. And today the advancement is happening because of the digital age. So in the entire 5 day session, in one or two sessions, you will be understanding thoroughly about what are all the digital tools available for research. So while doing the digital tools in or applying the digital tools in my research, should I consider the ethical practices of writing and the ethical practices to be incorporated in the publishing? That also has to be taken care. And to where should I publish my research? And should I stop with the writing, or what is the next step forward, or what is the way forward? So we need to find out what are the funding options available for us, and nationally and internationally, can where should I collaborate for getting the fund for my research? So I need a response is because I don't find any response. Am I audible to you? Are you able to see me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay, fine. Let me go ahead. So these are all the objectives of mine. So since the teaching fraternity attending this session, my question is very direct to you. Why should I give this much importance and priority to my research nowadays? Definitely, do I have any benefit out of that? Yes, of course, 100%. I will say your research profile is your personal branding. Your research profile is your personal branding. So, whether NIRF, NBA, or NAC accreditation demand so much on research, don't do anything for this ranking. Okay, so there is a pressure for me to come out with the research since NIRF, NBA, NAC is putting the pressure on me. So don't take it in that direction. Please change your perspective that research is my cup of tea, and the research will give you the brand. I can say for my personal branding and to build my profile, very much it is required to look at your task of on research. Okay, so to set the context for today's session, today is the first day of the 5 day FDP program. I'm going to talk about how the research has changed in the digital era. So that is the focus of mine today. Would you like to know much about how was the research before and where are we now? If you look at the social sciences of research, the entire thing has changed. Whether the title of the research, the writing part, the review of literature, the methodology, and what kind of methodology I will adopt, and the way of writing, the style, everything has changed a lot. There is a major shift in the social sciences research. So, what would I like to say today is where the major changes have happened is about the way we conduct the research has changed. The way do we do the analysis because of the digital, if you sit for 30 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes solid, you will be able to come out with an excellent paper which is acceptable for publication in the reputed journal. That kind of advancement we are in. So that is what you are going to see forward in the following session. I'm just giving you the introduction part of that. So where the changes has happened, as I said, the way we conduct the research has changed, the way we do the analysis has changed, and the writing, the interpretation has also changed in sociology, or whether it is psychology or economics or politics or anthropology. Why this demand or why the changes has happened is I will say very strongly because of the technological tools what is available, including ChatGPT. So there are many tools. I just mentioned one tool, ChatGPT, and the research has expanded geographically, globalization, and today every funding agency and every research agency and the institutions are demanding us, please look for interdisciplinary approaches. I can very well write my research paper as a management faculty with any of the interdisciplinary faculty and which is having the highest level of possibility of acceptance for funding as well as for publication. For example, IEEE, engineering as well as the management collaboration. So this is a major shift. So let me discuss in detail what are all the changes has happened. The first change I would like to mention here from quantitative dominance to mixed method. What is quantitative dominance? Is once upon a time, whether you take your project report or your PhD thesis to your guide, anybody will say, see, don't come out with mixed methods. That is impossible. uh, you have to stick on to quantitative or qualitative, and people will threaten us like don't go for or don't adopt a qualitative method, it is very difficult to analyze all those things. Yes, of course, even we have the experience of that. But today what is the shift is the entire shift from quantitative dominance to mixed methods. Today, there is an encouragement to see the mixed methods. Earlier, the social science relied much on quantitative technique. That is, I prepare a questionnaire, we will conduct a survey, we collect the numerical data, we do the descriptive statistical analysis and present. There is a way of interpretation. We do the analysis and present the findings. This is what earlier method. You know what is a best option today is everyone is encouraged to do. If you want to do the in-depth research study, you go for the mixed method. Greater focus on mixed method. Like for example, if my study is focusing much on online study, the effectiveness or the reach of the online study. Yes, of course, I can prepare the questionnaire, conduct a survey, collect the data at the same time. I can have one in depth, focused interview with the selected candidates and have one to one discussion and come out with the experience of the people. And very well, I can do the content analysis or thematic analysis, put it together. I can very well arrive the research. And this is what the shift, the first shift I would like to talk about. So, what is the next shift? There is a shift from positivism to interpretivism and critical approaches. So, what is positivism is we will have objectives. Objective should be achievable and it should be measurable. This is what we learned. This is the way we did the research. So, how the shift has happened today is like the researchers are increasingly using the interpretivist approach. That means so much criticality, questioning everything. I have to understand the exact meaning of what I am doing. I want to understand the context of doing the research. Everything critically, I will analyze, go in depth, and do the research on that. See, for example, if I want to study about the poverty, poverty is if we do a research in the conventional way, conduct a income level study and explore people, all those things. But in today, it is about the experience of the people and what are all the challenges they face. We go continent by continent and globally we are conducting the study and doing it. This is the approach we follow today. So this is a second major shift I would like to focus on. The third major shift in research, what is today, is from local to global and transdisciplinary focus. Um, Research earlier it was focused on we I hope you all will follow the same thing. Narrow down your study, geographically narrow down, then only the research is possible. If you go for the broader perspective, it is impossible to collect the data, it is difficult. This is what we studied. But today, the barriers are completely broken, and the research is focusing mainly on um, the in-depth study of the issue. It is there is a so much push towards global theme, why the migration, climatical change, mental health of the people, and transdisciplinary research, uh, putting the research together with the psychology department, engineering, technology department, economics. It's a combination of all, and we are coming out with the research. This is a major shift we find. Even if you look at the ICSSR funding, most of the research is encouraging uh, transdisciplinary and interdisciplinary kind of research only. So they are encouraging, even in the NBA criteria also, how many of your faculty conducted the collaborative research, interdisciplinary research. There is a point for that in the criteria. So we can understand that there is a major shift is happening from confining my entire study towards one particular region or local or nationality. I'm expanding my study with a global perspective. So this is also a major change. We can understand that. So what is the next shift? The next shift is all about digital and computational turn. How the things was earlier, the data collection or conducted the survey, it was very difficult. Even when I did my PhD, it is like preparing the questionnaire, taking the printout, collecting the data manually. We went to people by people, conducted the survey, we did the data collection. There are so many challenges and limitation, and sometimes we have to make a note in the field. These are all the major challenges we faced earlier. But today, what kind of advancement the student also, when they do their master thesis or project, just like that, they will do the Google sheet, and whichever the data size, they are ready to collect the data with the support of AI assisted tools very easily. Just like that, they are doing the big data analytics and the entire social media research, how many reviews, what is the sentiment analysis, grouping, theming, and finally coming out with a narrow down study. Okay, so this kind of things possible only because of the digital revolution. Okay, the one best example I can say, like doing the sentiment analysis using the machine learning tools. While conducting this study, huge data is involved in the study. The data has to be categorized, the data has to be coded, or the data has to be themed out, named out, and we have to find out entire thing is possible with the support of the AI assisted tools. So these are all the shifts are happening. Why I say all this is like the major challenge for faculty is they will say there is time limitation. I don't have time to do the research paper. Research paper writing requires a mindset. Research paper writing requires time. Actually, I'm running short of time. We need at least 20 days or 10 days or 1 week of time to write the research paper. These are all the things we speak about earlier. But uh, if you look at what are all the things available in our hand, tomorrow you are going to have the session on how the AI tools are going to help you in your research paper writing. It is very interesting actually. You have to sit in front of the system with the support of internet. I can guarantee that in 45 minutes you can come out with the paper with the quality of to be published in Q1 journal. That kind of facility and that kind of advantages available with the support of the AI tools today. I'm not going much beyond. I'm just talking about Chat GPT. In the Chat GPT, whichever way you want to fine tune or refine your title, and what are all the facilities available for us to do the review of literature, and the theoretical framework and proposed model, data analysis, my research design, what kind of tool to be applied for what kind of objective, everything very nicely the Chat GPT is helping us. then you may ask the question that when I do this, what about the plagiarism and what about the ethics? There are things to humanize. There are things to make the entire my content um, a plagiarism zero. Yes, so this is the revolution I am talking about. So, would you like to stop me here and do you have any questions on that? Have you ever tried writing the paper with the support of AI tool? Anybody had the experience of doing something great in half an hour with the support of AI tools? Anyone? Anybody?
Ma'am, can I share my experience?
Anyone? Anybody has a question here?
Ma'am,
Because I keep moving forward and telling you the changes in
ma'am,
research, what's happening. But if I get the response from you, would be fine.
hello, ma'am. Ma'am, can you listen me?
Any query in between?
Hello, ma'am. Ma'am,
Okay.
ma'am, am I audible?
Am I audible properly now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay. So this is what the digital revolution I am talking about. So far I have given 4 points. One is like from quantitative approach to mixed method. The second one is positivism to interpretivism, and the critical approaches. The critical approaches is it is logically asking further and further questions and trying to find the solution for the problem. The third one, confining your research not only to the local, and we can go for the global and a transdisciplinary kind of research. And the fourth one is the digital and computational turn. I was telling huge data collection and possible to narrow down, putting together the mixed approach. This is what it is. So, when I mention digital data collection, how do we do it? So, today everything is possible with the support of online survey. Okay, there are many tools available to conduct the data or survey online and collect the data. We can conduct the interview also through online. And how do we do it? How do we conduct the field study or interviews and the data can be extracted doing the content analysis or thematic analysis? With the support of NVivo tool, we can very well go with the qualitative analysis. Just one example I have given, which tool NVivo. What kind of advancement today we have? We are spreading the Google form or SurveyMonkey or Qualtrics or Microsoft Forms. Through Google Form, we are collecting the data. You know what is the advantage of that? The huge data, the Excel data. If it is in the right form, we can directly transfer this to SPSS or we can directly download whatever analysis we want. We can easily make it. What is the advantage is there is no much of pain in doing the survey or collecting the data. It is very, very cost effective. And when compared with the previous conventional model of research, it is very faster, and you can do the entire study, confine the study and the result very, very quicker than the traditional method. Automatically the data what you collect can be exported to the analytical tools for statistical analysis. This is possible today. So this kind of advancements we have. So what are all the other way we can go for the data collection is the virtual interviews. Quickly you can sit at one place. If you want to collect the data from any other regions, any other geographical locations, you can collect the data through calls. You can connect through Google Meet or through WhatsApp video or through Zoom meetings. You can use all the platforms and collect the data. What are all the benefits? Okay, as I said, we are not confining our study only to the local. So because of the advancement, like I can send the data anywhere. I mean, I can send the Google sheet to any place, any part of the country. So access to geographical dispersal of the participant is possible. See, if I want to conduct a study about migrants, if I want to conduct a study about mental health of different the student, those who are pursuing their higher studies in different countries, it is possible for me sitting at one place. I can collect the data from any country within a fraction of second. We will be able to collect the data, export the data, do the analysis, and the AI tools are supporting me to come out with the interpretation, all those things. So what is the advantage or benefits of having these digital tools is access to geographically dispersed participant anywhere, anytime, within a short span of time across the geography. We can collect the data, which is helping me to save the time and the cost. So whatever schedule we would like to, we can have the recording and provide the evidence. This is what rightly I have given the example of migrant workers across different cities or across different geographical location. We can connect over and conduct the interview. That is a qualitative as well as a quantitative way we can collect the data and do the analysis. So this is also one of the advancement we have. So today in the introductory session, I am talking about what are all the changes and what are all the tools we have to advance our research. In detail, in the following session, you will understand what are all the tools and how do we do it. You will learn it in the following session. I'm just setting the context for the following sessions. Okay. This, for example, if you want to have collected the data through your mobile based data collection, so we know that we can use today various apps, okay, to collect the data from the various localities. What is the advantage is the current data we will be able to capture, and also we can avoid the bias by tagging the GPS and having the voice notes. So this is also one tool we use in it. See, for example, NGOs in India use mobile apps only to collect the data from the remote villages for public policy research, because I want the current data. I do not want to bring any personal bias in doing my study. So here also, not only the voice or another digital tools, the mobile based data collection tools like apps and SMS, this is also supporting me. Where are we now? We are slowly moved from the video calls and mobile based app to the current trend today is the social media and web based data. Social media and web based, how we go for? We know that for qualitative research, we are doing the NVO, okay, R, Python, the Node Excel, and other social media analysis software. All these things are helping me to simplify my research in the better manner, and I'm getting the better output also. So, see, for example, if you would like to conduct a study on study the public opinion, the political behavior of the people, to identify the expression, all these things, the similar, we will give the title to that. as you all know, we will give the title or we will give the coding to that. The data will be grouped, and we can easily do the analysis by using my NVO or R. Okay, see, for example, a study on the youth political activism by using the Twitter hashtags, okay, and how the campaigns are conducted, okay, to gauge the sentiment analysis. This kind of study, it's purely on little qualitative as well as the quantitative. We can come out with that by using the social media tools. What about the ethical considerations in this research? Is whenever we collect the data on this, the first one is that informed consent in digital space. So, how I am going to collect the data or how I am going to use the data, that has to be little in advance to be informed, get the consent of the people and do it. It is very important for us to collect maintain the privacy and security of the data what we collect, and avoiding digital exclusion. Uh, See, for example, when we go for this, using the internet tools or AI tools for collecting the data, there is a bias automatically coming in, like the people with no internet access is left out. This is also a kind of um, uh, there is no inclusivity in that. So this is also a kind of bias. So certain ethics has to be considered. See, if we do not have the provision to do something, can we create a provision to collect the data, or inclusivity we have to bring it in the research? So that also the ethical part we have to take care. So, since I said today we are in the digital age and how the shift of research is happening, what about the impact of these digital repositories and open access? So, wider accessibility of research. Earlier, the journals were restricted only on the basis of subscription. Today, it is not necessary to tell any colleges or anybody that, see, we don't have access to journal. That is the reason we are not able to come out with the quality review of literature. But today, what is the advantage for us is the open access platform. So, in this directory, see whatever journals you want. There are so many platforms, software freely available to download the indexed journals, to access the articles like JSTO or open content, directory of open access journals, DOAJ, Sodh Ganga, SSRN, right? Dimensions. These are all the things will help you to access any number of journals and from the indexed journals, and you can make the review of literature. Okay. See, what is the advantage of this is like, see, somebody in a rural place, okay, they want to conduct a research. See, for example, I have given a teacher in a small town college in India. Do they have access? Can they go and demand that I need all these database for free of cost? That's not possible. So in that case, for this kind of professors, we have the accessibility over various platforms. That is the advantage, and we guys enjoying. Because of the digital repositories, the faster dissemination of knowledge is possible. See, for example, archives, which will help us to quickly publish the preprints before the peer review. And researchers, they don't have to wait months and years for journal publication. Um, what kind of experiences we have is like, quickly we will come to know whether our paper will be accepted or rejected within one day. So normally what is our story is like, we will say, I send my paper for publication, I do not know the status, still I am waiting for the reviewer's report, 6 months, 9 months of thing. Because of the digital advancement today, things are moving little fast, whether it is aligned with the theme, whether it is aligned with the keywords. What about the quality of the content? I am able to say the paper can be accepted or rejected, how much is the plagiarism content, how much is the AI enabled plagiarism, all those things we will be able to do it. And the review report is also little quicker. These are all the advancements we have in the digital age. Okay, so so what are all the other advantages we have is encourages collaboration across borders, encourages collaboration across borders in the sense, see, if you want to publish our journals in sometimes in the Q1 journals, there is they are open that we can approach the particular the professor or the university where they are ready to accept or collaborate for research kind of thing. We can very well do a collaborative research. See the detailed how to get the funding for publication and how do we do the cross cultural research. I will talk about it in the uh, research proposal writing and funding opportunities, maybe the third day of the session. So, what is the advantage in the digital sector today is it encourages collaboration across borders. There is no limitation, there is no boundary that your research has to be restricted here. So, because of the open access journals, ability to reach different countries for any kind of work, okay, interdisciplinary approach, and there is a support system. The ecosystem is highly supporting and encouraging people to go for the interdisciplinary collaborative research, all those things. See, I'm in a state where Karnataka, and if I want to do the study about the social workers in Kenya, it is possible because of the open access resources and the data. So this is one important thing. And when I do the cross cultural research and interdisciplinary research and collaborated my research across borders, what is the advantage is increased citation and impact. The number of citations the faculty what they get for their publication will be more, increase the visibility, and that will help us to enhance our research further. See, for example, in the NBA and in every ranking process, it is mandatory that individual faculty citation, individual faculty citation matters a lot. So, how do we increase the citation? These are all the strategies we can apply to increase the number of citations per paper or number of citations per faculty, right? So, what are all the other advantages of this digital age is there are lots of transparency and reproducibility in our data. See, the repositories, they will store the raw data, it will code the methodology along with the paper will be given. This help the researchers, so this is the way to do the research. They may replicate the same kind of study, and they may it will help somebody to validate their findings and strengthen their study. So this way the repositories are helping us. What I'm saying is, since it is a digital age, we are able to get access to many journals. There is no restrictions at all. These repositories and the raw data is helping me to find out more and strengthen my research. So, what are the other kind of benefits? What we derive out of that is lots of engagement with the researchers, the journalists, and those who are into the policymakers. Okay, directly or indirectly, it is very well connecting me with the society that what is the gap existing, and this may also help me to find out what gap existing and do further my research. Okay, so see, for example, I would like to say here the NGO, if they want to study about the community interventions, okay, so very well we can use the existing repository data and we can find out where is the gap existing and we can look for some funding proposals. So this kind of research is also that will strengthen our research, and this kind of research is possible with the support of the availability of data. So this is what I would like to say. And let me move on to how do you structure the high impact papers. So when you have all these facilities, AI tools, digital advancement, what are all the key components we should think about or we should be ready with? And where should I use all my digital tools? And majority of the impactful papers are required what are all the key components. So definitely we all know that the title of the research is a kind of heart of the project. The title what you choose, whether it is contemporary, whether it is current, whether it is aligning with uh, the theme of the journal, it is very very important. So you should be very much ready enough with your title, the abstract, and the keywords what you use in your research. Because when I look for any suitable journal for publication, I used to search with the keywords only. Okay, the keywords only will help you to take you to the journal, and that will help us to increase the citations. So key component, the structure one is title is very important, abstract is very important, and the keywords, that is only going to help you further. And today, what advancement we have is the literature review. Literature review made very simple today. People are using Chat GPT, SciSpace, like anything to find out the recent reviews. The job is very simple with the support of the digital tools today. Uh, it is extracting and giving you the entire the recent publications. So you have to list it out and prioritize which one you want and which one you do not want. Then there will be a question like you are looking only for the abstract or content or introduction or methodology or findings or variables. What do you want to extract from the particular article, research article? So you choose what you want. Then you yourself ask the tool that please design as per the requirement of the particular article. Very nicely it will write, it will give you the references as well with the citation and the APA format, whatever format you want, APA format or Chicago format or MLA format. Very nicely it will write the review and give you the references as well. So side by side I am taking care of both. Then the third thing is methodology. Methodology, you just give the input that this is the kind of research I would like to do. This is the intention of mine, and the reviews which is supporting my study is this. What kind of methodology we would like to come out with is appropriate, and where should I collect the data? Where is the data source? Very nicely, it will give you the methodology, how to go ahead with, what kind of hypothesis to frame, what kind of statistical tool is applicable. Even it will ask you, do you have the proper data? It will give you the complete analysis and give you the result as well. And once it is done, even using the chat GPT, we can generate a code, we can generate the analysis, we can get the findings and the discussions also. Okay, once these things are taken care, what should I do with the next step? We can again use the AI tools to find out, see, this is the paper, this is the abstract, this is the methodology I adopted. Suggest me the suitable Scopus Index journal or Web of Science journal or ABDC journal where to publish my research article. That will give you the fantastic suggestion. Okay, so this way we can use it in the very very structured manner and simplify our job. So what I told you is the structuring the impact factor. We should be ready enough, and we can very much use the AI tool for selecting your title, abstract, keywords. Review of literature. The job was made so simple and easy with the support of this. The methodology of data collection, my findings and the discussion, which journal to go for or publish. So that suggestion also we are able to get it using the AI tools. Okay, fine. So in this research, okay, what are all the various approaches we use? Um, Earlier, our research study is like top-down approach. Top-down approach is from the broader perspective to we narrow down our study and do it. But today, what is the shift is it is a kind of participatory research. What is participative method is we are involving is a up approach. So we are involving the participants or respondents to involve in the process and to do the research. Um, Participatory method, okay, involving the community into the entire research process. I'm just talking reverse. Earlier it was top down approach, and today it is a bottom up approach. We are involving all the stakeholders in the process, participating in the process and doing the research. For example, if I want to study about the rural development research, okay, what what kind of research to be conducted, how to design the research, how do we, what kind of questions to ask, okay, whom to be the right audience to give the sample. This entire villages will help us to design our research. This is what I call it as a participatory research. Okay, so this is one of the advancement. So what about the ethics and reflexivity involved in this? What is the meaning of the ethics I'm talking about? That here is, ethics is getting the formal approval or consent from the people. Don't bring bias into the research. What is the shift today is there is no bias, reduced bias, inclusivity. That is what I spoke earlier, participatory research and research relationship, so that I can minimize my bias to the level down. Okay, so uh, when we study, for example, if we want to study about the privileged community or marginalized communities, okay, acknowledging them, yes, these respondent belongs to the privileged community or marginalized one. Okay, so that is, it is getting their consent, getting their approval and moving forward. This kind of ethics also to be taken care in the modern research. And from what is the next shift I'm talking about in this digital era is from objective truth to multiple realities. Earlier, the what is the aim of the research? Aim is to find out the truth. Aim is to find out the fact, what is underlying. This is what the research is all about. So, how, what kind of research now is like multiple realities? What are all the things bounded with? It is shaped up by what kind of culture prevailing, gender, class, context. See, I'm given here the example. The concept of family is now studied in different formats. Family means earlier the study is what is lying behind. What is lying behind? We will do the research on that. Now, my the multiple perspectives I am taking it into kind of parenting, the single parent or the couples or joint family, rather than assuming this as one, adopting the universal model. What are all the respondents to be included? So this is the way the changes are happening in our research. So when I say these digital tools and ethics, um, definitely, I will not support completely using the digital tools and writing the research paper, but some kind of ethics we should follow while writing it. And it is necessary that what is my originality. We have number of tools like write, Turnitin or Orcon or Grammarly, Quillbot for rewriting all those things. Okay, so which wherever possible we have to, but it should not overtake our originality. And the digital tools are so much supporting on writing the formats and fair data principles. We have to apply all those things. So finally, what about the tool? How it is helping me in suggesting this kind of themes to be published. Where should I get the funding, and where should I submit by proposal? It will very nicely, it will suggest you that these are all the funding agencies to go ahead with. Indian funding agencies or whether it is suitable for international funding agencies, and what kind of your abstract and what structure will match where with this proposal will fit on where. That suggestions also we can use it. So what about the advantage for us as a part of, in the beginning of the session, I told you that publication is not about the institutional demand, it is a personal branding. So, how the digital tools are helping me to get into the visibility is it is helping me to create a researcher's profile through Google Scholar or ResearchGate. You know that when you create an account, and whenever you go for a publication, whenever somebody look at it, whenever somebody cite it, you will be getting the count of that. So your paper was viewed by or cited by or mentioned by. So this is your H index, all those things. So we are able to get the, today any recruiters are looking for, see, first you share your Archid ID or Scopus ID. Let me see your research profile, then let us move on further. So, getting the publishing visibility for personal branding, definitely the digital tools is supporting us much. And uh, the same way for our personal branding, you know that the LinkedIn, every time, if you want to go for the any collaborative research, whenever you publish a research paper, if it is indexed in the right journal, you can come out with the screenshot of that and try to post it in the LinkedIn and say that this is my research interest and this is my research findings, this is my research area of interest. So by looking at the post, somebody else from other universities or somebody else from abroad, if they want to do the collaborative research, they may respond back to you. It will help us to bring our visibility. That way, the social media tools are helping us. Traditional versus the metrics oriented alt metrics um, way of research. And that is what I said, collaboration using the Scopus collaboration map. It will take you further, like in even in Scopus, and in Scopus you can see it, and academia, uh, uh, Google Scholar, ResearchGate, every platform you can look at, like he is your second author or third author. Do you know them? Would you like to connect with them? Would you like to see the paper? Would you like to publicize your paper? All these things will help us to bring the visibility more. So what I have told you today is like, just just to set the context, like the research is changing, the way of doing the research is changing, the way we conduct the research is changing, the way we do analysis is changing. Every changes is happening only because of the digital tool, I said. How do we use the tool in entire structuring of my research? I can apply appropriately the research tools and go ahead. So this is what you are going to see in tomorrow's session, how the AI is helping us to come out with a research paper. Once that session is over, the outcome of the tomorrow session would be like how to come out with the research paper by using the AI tool. Then the third session would be, where do I submit this research paper to get it funded? How to crack the funding proposal, that we can go ahead with that. So up to this, I stop here and thank you so much for the session. Any questions you can raise? Any questions or concerns?
Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.